So this just explains what I said, Practical 4-Week Course. That's my name. And this is the meditation, the MontrealMeditation.org website that we have about our own courses. But if you go there, it does have some other things, which I'll explain later on. Okay, we've done our introductions and what to expect from the class. Of course, you're going to get many techniques, and we will actually do them in the class, okay, while we're here, and you'll try them, and I'll explain quite clearly, I hope, how to do it. And then it's always inspiring, because when we start to do the meditation, when you see people with closed eyes, and everybody looks very nice and peaceful. So many classes, yeah, many techniques. And we're going to talk about, and then we'll do, these are some of the techniques that we're going to do. So concentration, relaxation, some visualization, and some breathing, quite a lot. And many of you mentioned that you want to get more regular. So I will help you with that. So here's just a nice little quote about meditation. I meditate so that I can inundate my entire being with the omnipotent power of peace, because meditation really offers you peace, and we all need peace. And we need outer peace in the world, but we first need inner peace. And the only way that you can really achieve inner peace is by becoming quiet and making your mind quiet. And so then the more peace that you have, you can share that with others, share that with the world. And also it will help you very much in your studies and your concentration. I was a student when I started meditating. I was in university. I went to Carleton University in Ottawa, and then Ottawa U, Teachers College. And I meditated all through university very regularly, and it saved my life, I think. So what is meditation? The first thing that we do in meditation is we have to make the mind quiet. You're all students, and we're teachers, and we have a lot on our mind, right? Our mind goes crazy all the time. So the first thing that we have to learn how to do is to make it a little bit more quiet, so that we can start to understand what's happening more inside us. Like you said, observing. It's very important. Once you quiet, you have to be able to control the mind. This is really important, and I'll speak a bit about this. But what do we mean by controlling the mind? If somebody said to you right now, okay, quiet your mind, make your mind still. Can you do it? Can you just shut your mind off? No, neither can I. So what you have to really do is start to recognize what's happening in your mind. And in the beginning, you'll find that, oh yes, I want to make my mind quiet. It's great. I'm starting to feel peaceful. And then your mind might say, but this chair is a little bit uncomfortable. And oh, my back is hurting a little bit. And oh, I should have done more exercise this morning so my back won't hurt. And oh, I forgot to do, and you started out with feeling peaceful, but before you know it, your mind has gone off on tangents. So by controlling the mind, you have to catch those extraneous thoughts and don't allow them to fly everywhere. This will be very helpful. We'll talk about that. So one way is by separating the positive thoughts, the useful thoughts, from the negative thoughts. So if you have a thought of, I'm feeling peaceful, I'm feeling happy, this is good. You can follow that, because that will bring you more inside. But if you have thoughts like, chair's not comfortable, my back hurts, I didn't get out to exercise, and oh, I'm so bad, why am I not exercising, blah, blah, blah. These are not going to help you in your meditation. So just kind of, I like to say, catch them before they go too far, before the tangent goes from here to here to here. Just bring it back to the positive thought. Go back to, I feel peaceful. I feel good, I'm relaxed, anything. So this is what I mean by separating. Meditation, after we can do this a little bit more successfully, meditation is going deep into yourself. The ideal of meditation has many stages, but the goal of meditation is to discover yourself, who you really are, your inner self. And to do this, you need to go, we say, deep within into your spiritual heart, which I will speak about. And we find this in the center of your chest, here. So if you go to, say, like me, you're going to find, you can't really see on the Zoom, sorry, me, normally spontaneously, if someone says, point to you, where do you go? You go, me, right? And so this is like where your deepest part of you is. And most people don't go me or me, right? You go me. There's a reason for that. So we want to focus in this area here, which I will explain. This helps to speed up your capacity to meditate by changing the focus from the mind to what we call the heart, spiritual heart, like that. And the ultimate goal of meditation is your self-discovery. Who are you? Why are you here? Do you think about this question? Why are you on earth? What are you doing here? You just want to study? Are you here only to be a student in the super excellent McGill University and then get a good job and then have a family and have, is that your goal in life? Or do you have some other things that you want to do? When I was a student, I started meditating at 19 years old, actually. Next week will be 48 years. I'm old, sorry. Since I actually joined our meditation center. I started meditating a bit before that, but I was 19 when I really started asking a lot of questions like, why am I here? What am I doing? What's the point of life? I had a nice family. I didn't lack for money. Everything was fine. I traveled around the world. I had, I didn't have problems, but something inside me was saying, why am I here? What am I doing? There's more to life. And I was asking this question. And my mother at the same time was asking the question. And luckily we had my mom's sister, and now they're both passed on, but both of them, my mother's sister had gone to India and had the same quest from a young age herself. Maybe it passes in our family. And she had met our teacher actually in India, in South India, and helped him quite a bit. And then when he came to America, she helped him a lot with his writings and things. And so I learned of my teacher through my aunt, actually. And so that's how I got to be his student. But everybody has their own quest. Okay. So we're going to be doing some basic techniques. So in each class, we're going to practice at least one of each. We'll always start with, and this is recommended for you, you always start with relaxing your body. And then you should do a concentration exercise, which we'll do to focus. And then it's helpful to visualize something, to use your imagination. And then meditation is actually letting go of the technique and then having an experience. But these 4 stages are quite important. So don't feel that you can always get right into meditation. Like anything, give yourself step by step and you'll find that it will become easier. So today I will be doing this exactly. We're going to start with, and what are some of the byproducts of meditation? Well, better concentration and focus for you guys, for students, very helpful. Less distracted by noise and things. So when you're studying, hopefully, if you meditate more, you're not going to get so distracted by things. My teacher once said something very interesting. He said, once you become an excellent meditator, he said, even if you were meditating in Times Square on New Year's Eve, nothing would bother you. I don't know, these days we can't try that, but one thing is an excellent byproduct of meditation, and I've noticed this in myself and many other meditation students, is more creativity. It's things to start to flow more naturally. So you become more creative, and of course, less stress, which is the main goal of everybody. You start to have more confidence in yourself, and actually you start to use your potential more. You're not limited by your mind. When you're going from inside, you can do so many things. You believe in yourself. You have much more self-confidence. So, and of course, these days we need this, but much more inner peace. So if things are bothering you, disturbing you, those things are not going to go away. But what changes when you meditate more is your reaction. You are not going to react in the same way. Whereas before you meditated, you might get very frustrated and yell and scream and cry. But when you meditate more and more, your inner peace helps you to react in a much calmer way and have more empathy, see the other person's point of view. And you'll see this kind of thing is just naturally happens the more you meditate. So, and I've seen this myself very many times. So now, sometimes when you meditate, some of these symbols, I'm putting little pictures here. These are candles, flowers, having a special peace place we're going to talk about, and maybe having a picture or statue or something. These are all symbolic of something, and they actually can help you in your meditation. So we'll talk a lot about, we'll use candles for a meditation technique today, and we'll talk about special peace place and setting up a little area. So this is just some fun pictures I found. So what we're going to do is we're going to start right away, and we're going to do a relaxation together. And one point I put a little star, but it's important to always keep your spine straight when you're meditating, to allow the energy to flow. So wherever you are when you meditate, okay, you should sit as straight as you possibly can, with your back straight, on a chair, on a cushion, on the floor, whatever is comfortable for you. But when you meditate, it's very important not to lean back and, not to lie down, but to be conscious. And this is another reason to keep your back straight. Ooh, okay. So, if you're more relaxed, you can be more receptive. So just a little relaxation is we're going to start by doing this together and concentrating on each part of the body. It's still like a yoga exercise. I'm sure you might have done many times yourself. Speaker. I'm just trying to see I'm sorry, I can't. I have to see what I see. Okay, so we'll start with the feet and work our way up. So the first thing to do is, everybody, I can't see you all, but I trust you're sitting straight, and just make your breathing regular. Always breathe through the nose, by the way, quiet breathing. And when we concentrate on each part of the body, breathe in quietly to that part, and then breathe out to relax it. It's just a kind of yoga exercise, but it will get us ready for the meditation. Okay, so we'll start with the feet. Down at the bottom here, I've explained the order that will go. So we'll start with our toes, and we hold a lot of tension in our feet. We walk on our feet, we stand a lot. So we'll always, we can start with each time left and then right. So first, let's just take a deep breath, everybody. And then focus on the toes of your left foot. If you need to move them around a bit, it's good. And just breathe in if you feel any tension. And then when you breathe out, feel that your toes are relaxing on the left side. And do the same thing on the right side. Move your toes around, breathe in. And breathe out, feel them relax. And then your ankles, left ankle on your foot. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. Right foot, your ankle, breathe in, breathe out. Feel your whole foot relaxed. Your 2 feet are relaxed now. We're moving up to the lower leg or your calf muscles. We hold a lot of tension here also. So on your left side, feel where you have tension in your calf muscle, and then breathe in, breathe out, relax. Left side, calf muscle, right side, breathe in, breathe out all the tension there. Go to the upper leg, left side, your thigh area, your upper leg, breathe in, breathe out, feel it relax. Right side, breathe in, breathe out, feel it relax. So now your lower body is much more relaxed. Go to your abdomen area. Hold a lot of tension here also. Breathe in. If you can breathe in from the abdomen, it's very helpful. Breathe out. Feel all the tension leaving this area. We'll go to the lower back. Many people have problems with their lower back, especially if you sit a lot. So feel where you have tension there. Breathe in. Breathe out all the tension. And your upper back and your shoulders. Breathe the left side. Breathe out all the tension on your left back, side, and shoulder. Breathe in the right side. Breathe out. Good. So our upper body is relaxed. Our lower body is relaxed. Good. Now we're going to go to our neck. We hold a lot of tension in our neck. Holds up our head. Our minds are heavy. Breathe in. Feel where you have tension in the back of your neck. Breathe in. Breathe out all the tension from there. Now we're going to go to the jaw, the mouth. Again, left side. Feel the tension. We hold a lot of tension in our jaws when we feel stressed. So breathe in, left side jaw. Breathe out, right side jaw. Breathe in, breathe out. Moving up to your cheek. Left side, breathe in, breathe out. Right side, breathe in, breathe out. Our face is starting to relax. Go to your eyes. Left side, eyes and ears. You can do the same at the same time. Feel the tension. Left side, breathe out. Right side, breathe in. Breathe out. Now we are at the forehead here. This is where our vision is. Some people call third eye. It's very important to have this area relaxed. So first, forehead, breathe in. If you feel any tension here, breathe out. Last, the top of the head. It's a very important area. It's a very spiritual area in your head. Breathe in. Breathe out all the tension. Focus on your body in general. Take a big deep breath and feel that if there's any remaining tension, when you breathe out, all the remaining tension is leaving. And totally relaxed. pay attention to your relaxed body for a few minutes. Very good. So while you're still relaxed like that, we're going to, I've put on a new slide. You can open your eyes. You all look very peaceful. We're going to stay relaxed and do a pre-meditation technique. Some people say that they've never meditated before, but this technique will show you that you've done some kind of meditation, maybe unconsciously. So imagine, you can keep your eyes closed, or you can look at maybe one of the two pictures, but I'm going to imagine a peaceful place that you have been, a peaceful place that you know, a peaceful place that you love, that you've been to. And in your mind's eye, in your imagination, see that place, picture it, and picture yourself there. And just feel how you felt, what you saw, but how you felt when you're in that place. So just, we'll take a few minutes and imagine. It could be somewhere in nature, could be like here, a sunset on a lake, it could be a mountain, it could be the forest, it could be a river, it could be anything, any place. So we'll do that for a few minutes. Find your own place. And if your mind wanders, come back to the visualizing this beautiful, peaceful place that you have visited. Try to remember what it looked like, how it smelled, what the air was like. Slowly leave, slowly leave this place. Come back to where you are, to your room, where you're sitting right now. And open your eyes. You probably don't want to leave that beautiful place, but that's okay. I'd like you to, if anybody would like to share for a minute, if you want to tell us what this peaceful place was, where it was. You can see this one top picture here is actually a place that I visited this summer at my aunt's cottage in northern Ontario. And it was at sunset, and a beautiful sunset. And I was sitting on the dock and just looking at the still water and hearing the sound of the water. There were no sounds around, just some birds and loons, and it was so peaceful. So that's one of my favorite images here. The reason that we do this, if you're too shy to share, don't worry about it. But when you think about it, when you were there in this spot, were you analyzing? Was your mind functioning? Were you saying, oh, now look at, there are a lot of, red colored streaks in the water. The flowers have X number of petals. The sun is few centimeters above the horizon. I don't think anybody did that, right? That's an analysis. But when you meditate, you're not analyzing, you're just feeling, you're experiencing. So I think, was everybody able to find a place? Okay. So just to let you know that meditation is like this, where you're not analyzing, you're feeling the peace. So yes, you have meditated, even if you think you haven't. This was a beginning, a sort of form. Now we're going to do an actual meditation, starting with the concentration. Usually when I do this exercise, I'm in a room with a real candle, but of course we don't have a real candle right now. But you can get one for yourself next time for when you do your homework. Part of it will be to get a candle maybe and use it for a technique. It's a really excellent beginner concentration technique. So if you think about a candle, what does it mean to you, the flame? When you think about flame, candle, fire, do you have an idea? What does it mean to you? Candles are in every type of religious, spiritual organization, place. You see candles. You see candles in churches, in temples. You see them. Well, I have never been in a mosque. I probably don't know if they have them in mosques or not. But many, many places of worship use candles for a reason. Okay. So, of course, candle can mean light. It can mean warmth. It can mean the spiritual meaning of a flame is actually like aspiration, the feeling of an inner flame to learn more about yourself, to become a better person, to understand the world. This is like a symbolic meaning of a flame. So when we do an exercise, a good way, we don't have a real one here, but you can try this also in your home. To learn to concentrate, it's good to start on just one small part of the candle. So like the tip or the wick, or you find one part that you like and you just focus on the candle. And when we concentrate, it's a pre-meditation exercise. So in this case, you can look at the PowerPoint candle. And when you try it at home, you can get a real candle. I always say Dollarama, $1, even if you don't have much money, everybody can afford one candle. So you focus on the candle, pick one part. We'll do a little meditation, pre-meditation technique. So you take a deep breath, sit up straight, as we did before. Pick one part of the candle flame and focus on it. And if your mind wanders back, think about what the flame means to you using your imagination. So pick a word that is symbolic of the flame. Could be, for example, light, warmth. Some people in the past have told me spirit, different, even hunger, but inner hunger, maybe not physical hunger, I don't know. Just try to feel that word, feel that idea when you're focusing. And if your mind wanders to something else, just bring it back. So let's say we're going to pick light. So we'll just focus looking at the candle flame and try not to see anything else around you. Just imagine light. You can say even the word to yourself, light, peace, whatever it is for you. And you look at it for a couple of minutes and then close your eyes and imagine the same part of the flame or the whole flame inside the center of your chest. Not burning, but full of the quality, like light, peace, warmth. And focus on that quality for a few minutes. Try that now. First you see the candle physically, the flame, and then close your eyes and see it inside the center of your chest. Feel what it means to you and try to feel that quality inside your chest while looking at the flame. If you have extraneous thoughts, come back to the quality, warmth, peace, light. Now feel that the light from the candle flame is spreading, the light or the warmth is spreading all through your body, filling your entire inner self with light, warmth. The beauty of the candle flame is all inside and spreading everywhere, creating a beautiful feeling of light and peace inside. And also you can feel that you are physically light, that your body is becoming lighter, weightless. And keep your breathing very even. Breathe in quietly through your nose and out through your nose. You can feel, I am light, I am light, I am peace. Feel that your entire inner self is completely full of light and peace. Just let go of the technique for a minute and just feel, just experience for a minute, focusing on your inner self, your heart, your center of your chest. Okay, very good. So you can, we're going to continue the meditation now. We're going to go into breathing. So keep your meditation quiet, stillness. I'll just lead you through it. I'm also putting it on the PowerPoint. Going to do breathing. So this time, when you breathe in, feel that you're breathing in peace, whatever peace is for you. You can say the word. You can feel peace. You can think of a peaceful, something peaceful. When you breathe in peace. And when you breathe out, feel that you're breathing out all restlessness, anxiety, tension, everything that's the opposite of peace. So we'll do this 7 times on your own. Breathe in, say the word peace. Breathe out, tension, anxiety, stress. And just let it go. Feel like it's just disappearing into the universe. So try this 7 times on your own. Good. Now continuing with the same idea. This time when you breathe in, feel that you're breathing in joy, happiness. Very important to feel happy in life. Feel that something that makes you happy, whatever it is. Breathe in, say the word happiness. Breathe out the opposite of happiness, sadness. Feel it just disappearing into the universe. not coming back. So we try this 7 times. We breathe in joy, happiness. Breathe out sadness, disappearing. Do this 7 times. Very good. Now the last one, same idea, but this time you're breathing in energy. That you're breathing whatever gives you energy. Breathe in, feeling of energy, dynamism, and breathe out the opposite. Restlessness, fatigue. Do the 7 times. Breathe in energy, breathe out tiredness, fatigue. Okay, very good. Okay. This is a technique that you can try. I like to call this a little secret technique. You can try this anywhere. Nobody has to know you're doing it. As a student, I did this very often before exams. I have to say, breathe in peace, breathe out tension. As a teacher, I have used these techniques very often before giving a class, especially when I had to learn how to do online classes. So it's very helpful. And you can try, if one resonates with you more, just to breathe in peace, breathe out, whatever it is, always breathe in, feel that you keep it. When you breathe out, just feel that it's totally disappearing and that it won't come back at all. So this is a visualization technique that you can do anywhere, anytime. Very, very helpful. And 3 variations. So whenever you need them, if you're studying, times of big stress, they're very helpful. And also when you're a student and you need energy. I personally use these techniques many, many times, and they've been very helpful for me and many other people. Another technique that we can try, I know our time is going, but we have until 7:30 for questions, but because we started a bit late, we'll go, just got a few more things. So another technique that you can do is a mantra called, you probably know this word mantra, everybody knows. These are ancient seed sounds that we chant. Mantras can be one word or groups of words, and they're powerful words. They have a lot of power to help you. The most common and most famous you've probably heard of is Om. And I know a few of you are Indian, so you know Shanti. Shanti means peace. And I love the word Shanti because it's 2 syllables and it's very nice and easy to chant. But of course, in your own language, whatever the word for peace is always very useful as a mantra to say it. So if your mind is wandering, using a mantra like this is a very helpful way to focus and concentrate. And we're going to do a lot through the courses of repeating the Om, and later on, my husband will also do some Om techniques with the singing bowl. But just so you know that when we chant Om, the M is 3 times as long as the O. Sounds like O. And I don't know if you can see, there's a little symbol in the side. That's Om. That's the Sanskrit Om. And we're going to try to just chant it together. You don't have to turn on your sound, but you can do it. You can listen to it. I have my teacher chanting it. I'll just play it 3 times with a bit of flute music. So this is an excellent way to concentrate. So just listen, and you can try to repeat it yourself. We'll just do it 3 times to begin. Om. So the sound starts here in the heart, goes up to your throat, and resonates in what we call the third eye. So you can try it with me, even if we can't hear you, but you can turn on your sound if you want. Om. 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 We'll try Shanti. So Shanti is the sound is elongated, so it sounds like Shanti. 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 So these are 2 mantras that you can try to say at the beginning of your meditation, and sometimes to finish your meditation. They're very helpful. So that's just to give you an idea, but you can do these on your own. Just to get you started, now some of you were asking, how do I get started? How do I get regular? So I'm going to give you what I like to call the ABCs. Let's get started, and this will help you. And then at the after, if you have any questions, I'll be available for some questions. The best way to get started in your meditation is to find a place to meditate. Pick a corner. I've put 3 pictures here that I actually found on Pinterest, which I like. Just little examples of what I like to call a peace place, a meditation space, an altar, a shrine. You can call it whatever you want. Here's just a couple of nice examples, very simple, very Zen-like, but it can be anything. In your peace place, you find a little table, find a corner of your room, hopefully where you can where it can be quiet, nobody will disturb you, and put some items in this table that inspire you. For example, candle, flowers, picture, something important, something peaceful. Here you can see, looks like a Hindu god. Here's like a Buddha. On my meditation area, I have a picture of my meditation teacher meditating. It inspires me. I have a candle. I buy flowers every week. I put them in my area. Actually, I have a whole room, meditation room. And in my room, I have my meditation area, and I have all my spiritual meditation books and all things that inspire me, beautiful plants. So I'm fortunate to have a room, but you just pick a little corner. It really, really helps. Why? Because everything has a vibration. And wherever when you want to do something, the vibration, the energy is created there, as you probably know. So your kitchen table is for eating, and your bed is for sleeping, and your TV is for relaxing, and whatever. But if you make a little area to meditate, you sit there every day, you'll build up your meditation vibration. And every time you sit there, it will get a little bit easier because you've built up your peace. So that's why I call it a peace place. So of course, if you're students, you might not always have a lot of space if you're in a dorm or something, but you can just create a small area. And the idea of having a place that's the same really helps. And then that's my place. That's where I meditate. That's where I eat. That's where I sleep. You keep them separate. So it will make a big difference if you can do that. Getting started. So first, start your peace place. Time. People always say, what's the best time to meditate? Well, I have to say the earlier the better. Why? Because less stress, less disturbance early in the morning. I meditate at 6 in the morning. I really try to be regular. It makes a big difference because everything's quiet at that time. So I have to get up, and if you make it the first action of your day, it charges your battery. Some people say, oh, I like to meditate in the evening. That's good too. Meditating in the evening is good. I always feel that meditation in the morning helps me set up my day, but you have to do what works for you. You at least should wash your face and feel fresh, take a shower. Don't just get up and meditate. You need to feel a little bit, clean and awake. If you need to drink something first or whatever, believe me, I take coffee early in the morning to get me going. So start maybe with 10 or 15 minutes using the techniques that I gave you, and then build. If you've already been meditating, if you can do 30 minutes, I do 45 minutes an hour every morning. And I couldn't even imagine not meditating. As I've mentioned before in other classes, I've never, in all my 48 years, ever missed one day of meditation. I could never imagine going out of my house or starting a day without meditating. I can't even begin to imagine, because it's just so important and it makes such a difference. So if you make it a regular, some of you told me you do it regularly, which is great, but if you try to make it part of your regime. Now, of course, if you work and you have night shifts and, you're studying, you have to be flexible, but it's very important regularity is the key. And it's like anything. If you exercise, you build your muscles, if you're lifting weights or running or walking, every day you get stronger. It's the same thing with your meditation. Best not to eat before, because, if you're spending time digesting, it's hard to meditate. So if you're really hungry, have something very light, but don't eat a heavy meal before meditating. It's not a good idea. If you can meditate 10, 15 minutes before going to bed, again, it's very helpful. Give away all the stress and the tension of the day. It really helps, especially if you do that meditation on peace, breathing in peace, breathing out. It'll really help, or imagining peace. So keep it simple. Simplicity is an advanced course. You don't have to make it too difficult, too complicated. Find a place, try to meditate at the same time every day. Start with 15 minutes, build up, and you will really notice, like anything, like studying, like anything, it gets much easier. So, because I'm a teacher, I always give homework, of course, optional. But if you can find a place, like I say, find a little spot. And next week I'll ask you, if you come back next week, were you able to find a place? Try to meditate 10 to 15 minutes every day. And when I say meditate, start by concentration. So start like meditating with a candle or a sound like Om or Shanti to focus. Okay, you start by concentrating. Then I advise doing like a little visualization, like your peaceful place, like we did. And if your mind wanders, always bring it back to the feeling. Go back to your feeling. Use the breathing. Breathe in and out. Use any of those techniques that I gave you. Yeah. So this is like a way to get started. And I just wanted to let you know that there's this lovely initiative that happens every year from the UN, and it's called 7 Minutes for World Peace. So it's on Thursday, and if you have a few minutes, to think about world peace. This is a particular event that happens at the United Nations, sponsored actually by the United Nations Meditation Group. And there is going to be a little Zoom ceremony. It's there, but you don't have to. It's from 9:50 to 9:57 is the actual meditation for world peace. So if a lot of people think about world peace, meditate on world peace at the same time, we can hope maybe it will happen. So you can read this. You're welcome to join it if you want. Okay, that was a good way. Okay, great. So now that's it. Next week, I'll ask you if you want to report your progress, you can, up to you. Each week we're going to have new topics. So you'll have many by the end of the class, same time, same place. And stay happy and healthy.